What's up, it's Norman Woods, and I'm gonna make a video teaching you how to kickflip and how to get your kickflip a little bit higher if you can already do it but you're having some issues, because there are a couple of different ways that you can kickflip. So let's do it. Okay, so the first thing is, if you can't ollie, then I don't think kickflip is for you. And if you're not able to roll, ollie, land, and keep rolling, you should probably go back to your ollies and get those better. I have a video that helps out with your ollies already, and there's a couple of things that when I work with my students, I have them do before we try actual kickflips. So the first thing that I have students do when they want to learn how to kickflip, or when they want to learn control over their board, is this. I don't know what it's called, but I call it a half flip. That makes it easy. You're just going to put your feet underneath the board, jump, and land on top of it. All this does is it gets you used to seeing your board move, seeing the grip tape, learning how to land on it. Because when you get to kickflips, it's extra important that you're able to see the board flip and know when to land on top of it. Another thing that's going to help you with your kickflips is the shove it. If you're not already able to do a shove it, I would advise you probably learn that first too, because that involves standing on top of the board, right? And making the board move, so manipulating it, identifying when to land, and landing. When I was learning, I had a problem learning kickflip. When you see your favorite pros do kickflips and they're popping, extending their foot, their ankle has flick, when you're starting out, you're not going to be able to do that yet. And it wasn't until I met a guy named Sebastian, shout out wherever you are, and he had a unique way of kickflipping, and then I was able to learn how to kickflip. Now what I'm talking about is, instead of trying to ollie, stretch your foot out and flick it, what you're gonna be doing is, you're gonna have your feet closer together, you're gonna have your toe at an angle, and you're basically going to pop, and as soon as the board is in that rocket position, you're gonna kick sideways with your toe. So, I'll show you. That's the first type of kickflip that I learned. And basically, you know how to ollie already, so you're going to get yourself into roughly an ollie position. Your back foot is going to be about here. Your front foot is going to be angled, so if we were to divide the board up into three areas, you call this the backside area, you call this the center, and you call this the front side area. Your front foot is going to be occupying the front side area. And this foot is gonna kind of counterbalance your weight, because it's gonna be difficult to stand this way at first. You're gonna bend down, you're gonna come up. As you're coming up, you're gonna pop, and as soon as the board reaches this, you're gonna flick to the side. That's the first way that you can learn to kickflip. It might seem a little different from what you're used to seeing, but trust me, you master this one, you get the hang of it, and then you can move on to the second type of kickflip. After you've been doing that first way that I just showed you with your foot angled, you're gonna wanna step it up a little bit. You might wanna kickflip off of a curb, maybe off something like a two-stair, and that method I showed you, it'll work, but it's not gonna get you your desired style. So you're gonna switch up your stance just a little bit for this one. For this, you're gonna place your foot in the center of the board, right here. I call this the ollie zone, right here. This is the area where I want the ball of my foot and my toes to rest. This is the best spot for anything from ollies to big spins. Your front foot is going to be just about at the bolts, probably over the front bolts, and you're not gonna angle your foot anymore as much. You're gonna give it less of an angle, and you're gonna do roughly the same thing, except you're going to kick off the front of the board. So at an angle, again, your flick is at an angle, and it's gonna be off the front of the board. So here we go again. And you notice that looks a little bit different, because it is a little bit different. This is when you're gonna be able to start using your ankle to flick the board a little bit. But it's gonna be roughly this motion after you pop your ollie. So All right, let's get on to the third type. And this is where, when you see people in videos kickflipping, you might see your friend skating who's got the kickflip down. This is how they're gonna be kickflipping. The difference with this kickflip is that you're gonna pull your front foot a little bit closer to your back foot. You're gonna have the same position for your tail, and we're gonna focus more on your technique for this one. You're going to crouch, you're gonna pop on your way up, and you're gonna have an emphasis on pulling your legs up, and you're gonna use your entire leg, and you wanna flick it out in front of you and catch it with the back leg. This is when you start catching with the back leg. So it looks a little bit like this. After you've got all three of these down, you're able to roll comfortably. Then you're gonna start thinking about going up, off, and over. I would recommend maybe kickflipping off of a curb first. It's important to remember that when you kickflip off of things, you wanna do the same thing that you do on the ground. And you never wanna push your feet toward the ground. You always wanna do your kickflip, catch it, and wait to land. Let gravity do the work from there. So I'm gonna demonstrate off this four stair. So when I'm kickflipping, ollieing, basically anything down something like this, I'm aiming to pop before this crack, which is gonna ensure that you don't roll your front wheels over and then try to pop, because that is a ticket to sprained ankle land, and you don't want that to happen. So always imagine there's a crack in front of the stairs that you're trying to pop before, even if there isn't one. When it comes to flipping up, the same things apply that apply when you're going down. You need to imagine there's something in front of it that you're trying to pop before. I would give it 12 inches in front of the stairs just to be safe. And you're gonna need a lot more speed because you're gonna have to maintain the height for a longer amount of time. Okay, so once you make it to kickflipping over obstacles, all the way up to kickflipping over something that's about a foot high, you're not gonna have to change your technique very much. You're just gonna have to make sure that you clear the obstacle. So pop early, just like I said for going upstairs. Once you're about 18 inches or higher, things change because now you have to worry about landing. Which means you're gonna flip over, and unlike the stairs, when you kickflip upstairs, up a loading dock, anything like that, as soon as you catch your board, the ground's right there. So it's similar to flat ground. But with this, you're going to have to pop early like you do for the stairs. You're going to have to make sure that you crouch as low as you can and pop on your way up. But once you catch your board, you're going to have to remain crouched and let gravity push you to the ground. And that's very important because otherwise you find yourself pushing your legs down to land, and that's no good. You never want to push your legs down to force a landing. You always want to catch and wait for gravity to push you down. That's basically how to kickflip there. And if you guys have any more issues that you need help with, hit me up in the comments. Let me know any other videos you want me to make next, because I have no idea unless you guys tell me. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. Yeah.